I haven't even talked yet, Pete. I kind of forgot about the making noises thing to find out if you guys could hear me. So, can anyone hear me now? I assume you can since you said I'm so funny. Hi, everybody. It is week 9 Friday, which means it's the final leg of the Triple Crown. And for the 4th broadcast in a row, we have no MC because I still haven't figured out how to do it with this new program. I'm going to need to figure that out between now and 7 weeks from now, because I will not be MCing the Stewards Cup days. That's not a thing. Sure enough, we are 4 weeks, well less than 4 weeks now, away from the Sims 50th anniversary party. If you have not decided whether or not you're coming, or you are wondering about financial help, or where to stay, or where it's cheap, or cheap flights, please get in contact with me, because I would really, really like it if people came. That'd be good. So, yeah. Okay, tonight we have 2 races. Both of them are going 1.5 miles. One is for 3-year-old fillies, one's for 3-year-old boys. I was explaining to someone tonight how the Long Island Acorn is typically the much better race than the Long Island Classic, because it's just, there's so many fillies that this is their big dance, and so yeah. Okay, so the first race tonight is the Long Island Acorn, 1.5 miles, 3-year-old girls, 750,000. We have a field of 11. Horse on the rail is Canadian Roses for Brianna McKenzie. This is a filly who, she actually won the Louisville Oaks last out, and she is coming back to me as a broodmare after her first foal. This daughter of Marilyn Million is by Derby winner Grant. So she's bred 1.25 miles, but obviously with Marilyn Million she can probably take 1.5 miles, no problem. 3 for 6 lifetime. Her only 3 losses have been second place finishes. Highest speed figure is a 95. Number 2 is Just How You Are for Xander Zone. This is a steward bred by Sunnydale, who's like a weirdly sneaky good sire. He gets great hypos and good gallop results. This horse's highest speed figure is an 89, and that came in her 3rd start as a 2-year-old. She was 10th in the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies, but she beat the boys in the Alberta Derby in Canada, week 3. Since then, she's been 2nd and 3rd against good graded stakes competition. It's hard to know what Sunnydale wants to do, if he's going to be a marathon sire or a short route sire, so today is a good day to find out. Next up, we have Still Smitten. Wah, wah. Dan Gordon owns this one. It is a daughter of Doctor Who out of the Sword Mare Double Smitten. I don't think too many of us think that Doctor Who children are going to go 1.5 miles. This one's highest speed figure is an 89, and that was in a 4-horse field, week 16 of last year. I do really like this one. Last out, she was 2nd in the Denver Derby, but there wasn't a lot in that race. Obviously the horse that beat her, he wasn't Triple Crown nominated because Joey failed. Next up is number 4, Notes from Above. Wow. So much of this family in this race. This is a Susie Rydell, daughter of Heart of the Storm, out of Skyfall. Skyfall, obviously, being out of Marilyn Million. And this one is, like, weirdly not good yet. I mean, she broke her maiden in a stakes race. She's been 2nd twice since then. Not good enough to run in the Louisville Oaks. I think Rydell's banking on the stretch out being what she needs. Either that or she's just kind of biding time until the Midsummer Oaks. Next up we have Rift in Time. Okay, I wasn't planning on bashing all these trainers in this broadcast, but this is apparently what's happening. This is a daughter of Together out of a Doctor Mare. Is this horse going 1.5 miles? Probably not. Okay, so apparently I'm just being mean tonight. This is why we need MCs that aren't me. She is 2 for 3 lifetime, but she's coming off a non-winners of 2 win. Her highest speed figure ever was an 89. Obviously, there's a lot in here that have 90 pluses, so that's how I feel about her. Watch her win now. Next up is Exaltation. This is another filly coming back to me. I'm very excited to finally get this family. Laura Ferguson owns this one. She's a daughter of Rambling out of a Keyboard Courage mare. coming off a very bad effort in the Louisville Oaks, but someone had to be last, right? She did win the Albuquerque Park Oaks. Hey, that's like the Sunland Park Oaks, which I'm going to this year in real life. And last year, she broke her maiden in the Temple Stakes. So I really like this spot for her. She's 3 for 5 lifetime. I think this is a good fit and wouldn't be surprised if Laura has a very good night. Then we have Once Upon a Dream for Danny Derby. This is a homebred daughter of Jack Skellington out of Wish Upon a Star. And you may recall that Wish Upon a Star was really good at life and she earned $1.6 million. She's had 4 millionaires, but probably will be more than that when she's done as a broodmare. She did win the Stewards Cup Ladies Route at a mile and a half. I almost said eighth, but no, mile and a half. And she did win the Long Island Acorn when she was racing. And her progeny include really good horses. So, yeah. And that's all I can say about that one. Okay. Next up, and don't forget to bet, please, guys. 3 minutes until post. Get your bets in. Pick 4, pick 6, daily double, all that jazz. About to be turned off. Next up, we have Art of Death. This is Danny Derby's daughter of Pigeon in Death. Her debut race, she ran a speed figure of 1. All right, then. Then we have Good Girl Faith for Michael Looker. This is an $11 million auction purchase by James Dean, who did win this race. Well, he won the Classic. Out of Style, who's out of Skyfall. So, yep, more of that family. She's coming off a 5th place finish in the Louisville Oaks, which is quite good. She did win the Southern California Oaks, which is a grade 1. Last year, she won 2 stakes, including a graded one, so she's 3 for 6 lifetime, with the highest speed figure of an 88. So here's Cleopatra's horse that I think actually has a shot, and this is She Stole My Heart. Another by Heart of the Storm, which again can be dicey for the mile and a half, because like he did it the one time that he really, really needed to, but we all knew that that was like risky. And She Stole My Heart's out of Wonderful Dream, who is a Paramount mare. I love this mare. I own this mare now. Good for me. Wonderful Dream is the dam of such stakes horses as Dr. Nefario and Smoke Show, and She Stole My Heart did win the Stewards Cup Juvenile Fillies last year in what was kind of a surprise victory, and she ran a 92 that day. She was unbeaten as a juvenile, and she is 4 for 6 lifetime. Last up, on the outside, number 11 is Start of the Storm, and Start of the Storm is by Heart of the Storm, out of the Rambling Mare Knuckleball. This filly's won 2 in a row, including the Grade 1 Baltimore Oaks. Last year, she won her first 2 starts, but the Gracefully Stakes, week 5 of this year, was her first stakes win. Her highest speed figure is a 90. She's 4 for 6 lifetime. And Knuckleball won $220,000. Knuckleball's out of Bibliomania. Bibliomania is out of Maryland Million. Feel like I need to fix something about this now. Derby winning trainer Nina Hunter. Nene Hunter. Totally my bad. I deserve to be stoned for that. I meant with like rocks. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's not going well. She's here. That was my point. She's here. Yay, Nene made it. Her boy Kingdom Come going for the Long Island Classic tonight. And it's post time for the Long Island Acorn. 1.5 miles on the main track. Sorry, I haven't used this system in a long time. I mean, I used it last week, but I don't remember how it works. They're off in the Long Island Acorn. Notes from above was one step slow, as was Exaltation, who stumbled at the break, but the rest were away okay, and Notes from above is now hustled out to the lead. Still Smitten goes with that one. Exaltation and Canadian Roses. Then Rift in Time, She Stole My Heart, Once Upon a Dream, Good Girl Faith, Art of Death, Just How You Are, and Start of the Storm is the early trailer with no speed whatsoever. So they come into the stretch the first time, and it is Notes from Above, dueling with Exaltation, Still Smitten a length back third. Then comes a big group of horses, Canadian Roses alongside Rift in Time, She Stole My Heart, and Once Upon a Dream. Then comes the rest, Good Girl Faith with Art of Death alongside, Just How You Are, and Start of the Storm, still the trailer, but only 7 lengths front to back. They go into the wire the first time, they have 1 mile left to go. It is Notes from Above leading by a neck. Exaltation is 2 in front of Still Smitten in third. Then comes Rift in Time on the outside. Canadian Roses is fifth, and She Stole My Heart, Good Girl Faith, Once Upon a Dream, Art of Death. Start of the Storm has moved up 1 spot, and Just How You Are is now the trailer. Rolling down the backside now, 6 furlongs left to go. It is Notes from Above. She's still leading. Exaltation hot on her heels. Then Still Smitten. Rift in Time, Canadian Roses, and She Stole My Heart. Then Good Girl Faith, who's dropped out 5 lengths behind that one. Once Upon a Dream starts to get going. Art of Death not doing enough. Then Start of the Storm and Just How You Are. They're coming to the half-mile pole now, and Notes from Above is shaken clear by 2 lengths. Exaltation cannot find more. Canadian Roses starts moving up. She's third. She Stole My Heart gets the cue to go. Once Upon a Dream threading through the field. Good Girl Faith is tiring, and Still Smitten is done. They're at the top of the stretch in the Acorn, and Notes from Above can find no more. It's Canadian Roses who takes the lead. Canadian Roses starting to get clear. Here comes Once Upon a Dream. Good Girl Faith, she's coming with a re-rally now. Then Notes from Above and She Stole My Heart. It's still Canadian Roses, but Once Upon a Dream is running her down. Once Upon a Dream takes the lead. Good Girl Faith is closing well to be second. Then Canadian Roses third. Notes from Above, and She Stole My Heart. The official winner of the Long Island Acorn is Once Upon a Dream. She's a 3-year-old black filly by, I almost said by Danny Derby, by Jack Skellington out of Wish Upon a Star by Maelstrom. She's a homebred for Danny Derby, and in all of my harping about all the horses in this race who couldn't go a mile and a half, would not have picked a Jack Skellington going a mile and a half, so shows what I know. Next up, in 11 minutes, we have the Long Island Classic. And this is a good race full of fancy horses. I do not like this race call system. I'm going to be asking for some fixes because it's hard to read. Oh, I only just saw the unfortunateness in here. Field of 9. And on the rail we have Kingdom Come, the Derby winner. He's coming off a 6th place finish in the Baltimore Crown. But, I mean, he was 6th beaten like 2 lengths. What can you do in competition that good, right? Before that, he won the Louisville Derby with a 95. He was 2nd in the Kentucky Blue Stakes with a 97. And he won his 2 preps before that, so he's 4 for 7 lifetime. From here, he's going to go to the Midsummer Classic. He's going to win numerous more grade 1s in his life. Unless Nini, like, gelds him tonight and retires him if he doesn't win or something. He's a son of Rambling out of an Our Lions Real mare, so a mile and a half should be no problem. So, good luck to our Derby winner. Either way, I can't wait for horses to get their flowers. You hear that, Nina? Are you listening? Flowers on horses, okay? Number 2 is Silence Fallen. I thought this horse was Chestnut. This is a dark bay son of James Dean. Again, won this race out of an anointed mare. Again, unlike the Acorn, I'm going to tell you most of these horses not going to have a problem with mile and a half. Rebecca Rose Hepburn owns and bred this one. Coming off a 5th place finish in the Louisville Derby, had closed from 10th. So really rallied in that one. Before that was unbeaten 5 for 5, including the SoCal Derby, the Pacific Coast Highway Stakes, and the Greenspan Stakes. Lifetime highest speed figure is a 91, 5 for 6 lifetime. Almost $300,000 earned. Then we have somebody else, number 3 for Lino Duran. This was a $2 million auction purchase. He's by Horcrux, out of Harmony by Flames. You may know those names because Horcrux was a marathonish type who won 2.8 million. Flames did win the Long Island Classic himself. Coming off a 5th place finish in the Baltimore Crown, was 7th in the Louisville Derby, which means he's right there. Like when you're that high up in those full fields, he's knocking on the door. Before that, he'd won both of his prep races and the Grade 1 Bubbly Stakes last year as a 2-year-old, 4 for 7 lifetime, $350,000 earned. Then we have Noctis, number 4, and I love this horse in this spot. He is by Man of Mystery, who obviously no problem with the 1.5 miles. Out of Paint the Night, another one, no problem with a 1.5 miles. And she was a fancy mare, 3.9 million earned. Coming off 2 very bad performances, was 11th in the Louisville Derby and 11th in the Baltimore Crown. Honestly, I said this 2 weeks ago, was shocked that he ran in the Baltimore Crown, just because I really felt like this was his race. Danny Derby, homebred, he did win the Grade 1 New York as his final Derby prep. Then we have Indiana Jones for Laura Ferguson. This is a homebred son of James Dean out of a Messiah mare. Messiah did win this race. 7th in the Baltimore Crown, and I kind of had to argue with Laura about getting him in this race because when he ran 4th in the Derby, he was up close, pressing the pace, and then he just kind of got a little bit tired late, and he still held on for 4th. And he was beaten a neck, a nose, and a half length for the win. And she said there's no way he can go on a 1.5 miles. And I was like, are you crazy? He's a James Dean out of Messiah mare. All he wants to do in his life is go 1.5 miles. So if she wins, you can thank me for ruining all your lives. 4 for 6 lifetime, $465,000 earned. Number 6 is Atlantis Pride, my special horse that I bred. He did win the Stewards Cup Juvenile. He did win his lone Derby prep this year, but he was 6th as probably the second choice in the Louisville Derby. Then he came back in the Baltimore Crown, and I really loved his chances there. He was 3rd, beaten a length for the win. So if he's going to get one, today's the day. Let's go Dusty Klatt and Atlantis Pride. Sorry, ADD. Okay, number 7 is Charu, and I think this is actually going to be my pick in this race. This is a son of Keyboard Courage, who won this race, out of a Sword mare, who I think won the Oaks or is related to an Oaks winner or something. Coming off 2 bad performances again, was 10th in the Baltimore Crown, 9th in the Louisville Derby, but he did win the Grade 1 Louisville Jockey Club last year, highest speed figure in his life is a 90, 3 for 7 lifetime with 2 second-place finishes. I just bred him with this race in mind. He cost $2.7 million as a yearling. Oh, as a foal. Sorry, as a foal. I gave him a special name. Basically, if he doesn't win, I'm going to go geld him myself. So, Danny Derby, you better hope that he wins. Number 8 is Follow Your Fate. And Mike Bryant really would love to get a win here. He hasn't had a massive win since Keep Your Promise, who is the sire of this horse, won the Classic, I don't know, like 10 years ago now. This is a horse out of Chapel by War Daddy, so obviously distance, not a problem. 3 for 7 lifetime with the highest speed figure of 98, which trumps many of the horses in this race, and that was actually a loss when he lost by a neck to Indiana Jones in the Buccaneer Derby. He was 3rd in Louisville, 4th in Maryland, knocking on the door. This would be like the sentimental fuzzy choice of the night if you don't pick Nini. And on the outside is Redmayne. He was originally entered in the Derby, and then he scratched to not running it, and he won the Grade 1 Puerto Rican Crown. Now he's back from the islands all the way up to New York to run here. He won the Grade 3 Texan Derby earlier this year, and last year broke his maiden with an 86, 3 for 6 lifetime. He's by Raleigh, out of a Voldemort mare. Obviously, distance, not going to be a problem. So to continue to talk about this distance thing, whereas the fillies today, like maybe 2 of them, I think, or maybe only just the one, their best distance was 1.5 miles. In this race, actually all of the horses but one, their best distance is 1.25 miles. So, like, obviously the 1.5 miles, not a problem. But for one special horse or whatever, has a super advantage over the rest if they really love the 1.25 miles, half, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. No rain today, so that doesn't come into play. Make sure you get your bets in for this race. Does anyone have any selections in this race that you would like to tell? Who did you guys pick in the contest? Hey, Julie. Someone's doing something bad. I don't know if they're in your bag or if they're in... I don't know. It sounds bad in there. It sounds dicey. Is it all good? Oops. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that my microphone was on, but there were cats in Julie's suitcase. Sorry. How does Pete know Julie right? I do have a minion tonight, and no kids. It's amazing. You guys should try it sometime. So let's do a contest with a prize. How about that? This is for 150,000 sim dollars. 150, 150, 150. What? Whoa, someone just sent me like an airdrop or something and it exploded my ears. Okay. Contest. Sorry. I got distracted again. There's cats and dinging in my ears and stuff. We will have 2 more contests after the race as well. Okay. Baltimore Crown. $150,000. Name the most recent Triple Crown winner in the sim. Doop doop, doop 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 doop. This isn't hard. This is really easy. Free money. Free money for you. Really? You guys let Danny win that? Lame. It's true. Jake did get it right on spelling. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, guys? Different question. Well, that's not going to be true. Ready? Who won the latest Sim Triple Crown? Lance, you get money because you made me laugh. Nini is the winner of $150,000. Lance is going to win 50 because that was funny. Okay, one more question before the race call. This is for 5,000 game points. There is an animal that was mentioned right when the broadcast started, not by me, but by someone in the chat, and I got socks with that animal on it today. What is it? Not cat, but those are running around like lunatics at the moment. John, you win! It is a sloth! I got sloth socks! Congratulations! Who's ever heard of sloth socks? It's amazing. Don't you laugh at me. Okay, it is post time for the Long Island Classic. Mile and a half on the dirt, fast track, a field of 9. They're off in the Long Island Classic, and Redmayne broke very badly. Right to the back of the field goes Redmayne. Atlantis Pride's going to show speed, joined by Derby winner Kingdom Come, and then Follow Your Fate. They're going very fast early. Indiana Jones and somebody else. Then comes Silence Fallen, Charu, Noctis, and Redmayne is the early trailer. So the 3 Danny Derby runners are at the back of the pack as they come into the stretch the first time, and it is Atlantis Pride leading by a neck with Kingdom Come on his inside. Follow Your Fate 3 wide, then Indiana Jones, somebody else, 2 back to Silence Fallen. Charu, Noctis, and Redmayne is the trailer, 8 lengths front to back. We have a new leader going under the wire the first time. It is Indiana Jones who sticks his neck in front. Atlantis Pride settles back in second. Follow Your Fate alongside third. Then comes Kingdom Come on the rail. 2 lengths back to somebody else, then Silence Fallen. Charu, Noctis, and Redmayne is still the trailer as they turn down the backside. No change in order. It is a duel up front still. Indiana Jones, Atlantis Pride, Follow Your Fate, and Kingdom Come. Then 2 lengths to somebody else, 5 to Silence Fallen. He gets going now, though. Then Charu, he needs to do more. Noctis and Redmayne. They're coming to the half-mile pole, and Indiana Jones is starting to inch clear. Indiana Jones a half in front of Follow Your Fate. Atlantis Pride's getting tired. Kingdom Come needs to do more now, too. Somebody else, Silence Falling, moving between horses, then Charu. They're at the top of the lane, and Indiana Jones, but Follow Your Fate's right there. These 2 kick on. Atlantis Pride has more. Here comes Silence Falling on the outside, very wide, and Kingdom Come still fighting, too. 5 across the track as they come to the 8th. It is still Follow Your Fate, Indiana Jones, Silence Fallen on the outside, and Atlantis Pride. Kingdom Come is not doing enough today. Silence Fallen is going to get them, and Silence Fallen on the wire wins the Long Island Classic. Close between Follow Your Fate and Indiana Jones, Atlantis Pride, and Kingdom Come. 5 horses across the track at the wire. The official winner is Silence Fallen. He's a 3-year-old Dark Bay colt by James Dean out of Sage by Anointed. He's a homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, and he's 6 for 7 lifetime, with over $1 million in earnings now. This is such a nice female family on this horse. Sage is a stakes winner out of Garden. Garden won $2.4 million. She's out of Fortress. Fortress won $650,000, and she's out of a Hall of Famer in Temple. So, nice. I think this horse was bred with this race in mind. The Derby would have been icing on the cake. I don't know that. I'm just talking. Don't feel too bad for poor Kingdom Come. He was 5th, but he was beaten nose, nose, neck, and nose for the win. And even Charu was only a half length off them. Here's what's crazy about this race, is that when I first took a peek at it on Monday, somebody else was the winner. Like somebody else, the horse, not somebody else random. Then I looked at it on Tuesday, and it was Indiana Jones. I looked at it on Wednesday, and it was Charu. I didn't look at it yesterday. Point being, this was anyone's race. They were all perfectly placed and perfectly prepped. And they just, today, in real life, ended up going really fast. And Silence Fallen was able to run them down on the line. So that's the broadcast for today. And I'm going to do the rest of the contest quietly with the audio off, just in the chat room, so that everyone has a, like, everyone gets to hear it at the same time. Okay, obviously tired. So I will be doing this again with you guys on Monday night for the Queen's Derby. Last I saw, that race was a little bit bonkers. Let's look at it. Okay, in the Queen's Derby, which is 1.25 miles, Nene Hunter's other horse is Hold Us Together, then Just a Moment, who's royally bred, Joseph DePaulo's River Lee, Nina Olson's Some Superhero, and Baltimore Crown winner Venetian. Yeah. That race is full of crazy. So, yeah. Can't wait for it. Monday night, guys. I'll see you back here. Hopefully. 3 Mondays in a row. Because we have the Prince of Peace week 11, and we have the Chicago Million on week 12. And don't forget, guys, that in 3 days, Routers debut. Yay! I'm so excited, Routers. Yay, Routers. Sorry, Router Snob. Bye, guys.